Please, I can't sleep.
It's time to listen to Courtney at last on the Ramblings of an Insomniac podcast.
Hello, fellow insomniacs. Welcome to episode 101. 101. That seems like a big deal, right? I don't know. I thought 100 was a big deal. Now it's 101. Like 101 Dalmatians. It's not 100. It's 101. I didn't even think I could do one episode. I had a very, very difficult time doing my very first episode, one episode, let alone 101. But I got there. I mean, geez, it took almost 2 years. It took almost 2 years, but dang it, I got there. I'm a mess. I'm a genuine shit show, I think. What's keeping me up, Lord? Honestly, my mom, my work, family, life, living, it's all keeping me up. I don't know, you guys. I think I'm a wreck. I think I'm genuinely losing it. I think I'm bipolar, but then I'm like, am I bipolar or am I just a normal human that has ups and downs? I don't know. I do know that I am really genuinely struggling lately. I'm struggling because I miss my mom so much. I can't begin to even put into words how much I want to go back and redo everything. The amount of guilt that I have for making my mom move because I thought it was the best thing for her. I genuinely wanted something that I thought was healthy for her and best for her. I thought that if I moved her close, that I could take care of her and protect her. And, I knew that she had dementia. And so I thought that we could spend her last days together and it would be great because I would get to see her all the time instead of just seeing her, for like 2 or 3 days once a month. I thought, wow, if she moves close, I can see her all the time. And then COVID happened. And like I've said 100 times before, our government screwed all of that up and completely denied my mom and I and my kids and I time. They robbed us. They raped us of time. Kate Brown and the Biden administration absolutely raped us of time. And that's not something I will ever get over. I will ever forgive. My poor, I cannot describe the amount of guilt I have, the amount of PTSD that I have. It's a struggle. And I hate that my mom never got to see her great grandson. I hate that my mom would definitely 100% be alive had she been allowed to go to her appointments. If the care facility that she was at actually cared for her actually cleaned her catheter, changed her catheter, gave her showers, had I actually been able to take her to her urology appointments and her urologist called constantly and canceled her appointments, we would wait for months and months and months for my mom to get into an appointment. It'd be a day or two before she was supposed to go, and they would call and cancel. So then my mom never, ever got to go to her very, very, very important urology appointments. And the quote, quote, doctor and quote, quote, nurses and quote, quote, med techs at the care facility and quote, quote, caregivers did not care for my mom at all because they were very, very short-staffed and couldn't. And they were short-staffed because, again, the Biden administration and Kate Brown made it to where they were trying to make shots mandatory. If you didn't have a shot, then you weren't allowed to work. So then people chose not to put something into their bodies that was never researched and wasn't around long enough to know what the side effects were. And plus, you shouldn't have to be forced to put shit into your body. So people said, I don't want to do that. So then they got fired or they quit. So then the doctors were short-staffed and the care facilities were short-staffed. So then who paid the price? Oh, the residents, the patients. The patients and the residents paid the price. My mom, my mother paid the price. And I'm the one that drug her kicking and screaming. I drug her. She did not want to move. She wanted to stay in her home. But she couldn't afford to have somebody come and care for her at her home. And if I put her in a care facility in Astoria or Seaside, I would be in the same place. I wouldn't be able to see her very often. And Astoria and Seaside had even worse, where I wouldn't be allowed to visit her at all. So I thought that if I moved her closer to me, to a facility that I called and asked questions about being able to visit, they made it sound like I'd be able to visit all the time. But then reality kicked in, and reality was that they lied. They lied so that they could make money. Because everything seems to be about the almighty dollar. I'm just so fucking tired right now. I'm so tired. I'm tired of the world right now. I'm sickened by the world right now. It is a disgusting, deplorable place. People seem to have no respect, no morals, no conscience. Nobody has accountability. And somehow the victims are now the bad guys. Somehow the people that are victims are now bad people. And the bullies and the tyrants of the world are somehow completely applauded, put on a pedestal. It's an upside down, weird world right now. It's a mean, hateful, uneducated, ignorant world right now. And it's like the more that you cry oppression, the more people just gobble it up. But if you're an actual victim of an actual crime, and if something bad actually happened to you, you're now the bad guy. What in the actual fuck is going on right now? I'm just so confused at how we got to this place. My mom should be alive right now. There is zero reason, zero, that my mom or other people who have lost their loved ones. There are many, many people out there that died because of our government. Our government should be charged with 1 billion counts of murder, of misinforming people, of shoving and mandating shots down people's throats that have now been proven to cause all kinds of problems. How am I ever going to get past this? I don't know how I'm going to move on. I don't know how my mom has needed to go to the doctor 1 million times, and every time I would make an appointment for her, they would call and cancel. So then my mom never got the care that she needed. And then because the care facility she was at was so short-staffed, she never got the care she needed. But I, as her daughter, as her fucking daughter, was not allowed to come and help out. They were short-staffed and I couldn't come and give my mom a shower or be with my mom and hold her hand and be with her and be next to her. She got denied care. She got denied her family. I got denied my mom. My sons got denied being with their grandmother. She got denied being with her grandkids. She had the TV and strangers taking care of her. Fucking caregivers, med techs, doctors, housekeepers were allowed to be around my mom. But I wasn't. This is insane. And so many people have experienced what I have. There are people that have been in hospitals that were kept away from their loved ones and had to die alone. That is deplorable and unforgivable. Is absolutely unfucking forgivable. I'm going to cuss a lot and I'm going to be angry a lot, just so you know. There is zero reason why anybody should ever die alone. There is zero reason why people should be kept from their loved ones. And our government is just thinking that they are the shit and they can do whatever the hell they want and get away with it. Why? Because they have. They always have gotten away with whatever they want. They've gotten away with literal murder. Murder. The government has gotten away with corruption to the billionth level. They have stolen from the American people. They have skyrocketed. They have taken our taxes and used it for shit like bullshit lab things and bullshit supposed quote tests. They use our money for whatever the fuck they feel like it, and we just all bury our heads in the sand and do nothing about it, myself included. I'm part of the problem. Like I always say, it's the best thing to do is going to city council meetings to your own city. It starts with your own city and trying to go to city council meetings and getting involved there and then working your way up. Paying attention to the voters' pamphlet and voting correctly. I have never been in my entire life a person that hates people. I don't like the word hate, but man, I am feeling it and using it a lot lately. I am not going to lie. There are groups of people that I hate right now. And I don't like to hate. It's wrong to hate. It's disgusting to hate. It really only affects me if I hate someone. It really only makes me angry and me sick and me mad, and no one else really cares. So I should never hate. But I do. I hate our government. Detest them. Not going to lie. Really would not give a rat's behind if a couple of them were snuffed out. Wouldn't care if it was like a, what's it called? Oh my gosh, all of a sudden I'm so tired. Again, this is the repercussions of being an insomniac because your brain just turns off. Kiefer Sutherland, when there's the last person left and he ends up being the president because all the other big cheeses are in one place. All of a sudden, I forgot what it's called, but I really genuinely wouldn't care if there's some Game of Thrones shit, some Cersei action going on. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. That's a terrible thing to say, but I just don't care because politicians are a bunch of greedy people with no conscience whatsoever, no morals at all. They think about money and themselves, and that is it. Who does that? I have considered myself a very kind person. I do not judge people by their race, their religion, their sexual orientation, by what music they listen to, by where they live, where they come from, their background, none of it. I've never, ever, ever been that person. But I'm not going to lie. If someone comes up to me and they tell me they're a Democrat right now, I immediately think, ew, no, don't talk to me. Get the fuck away from me. Go as far away as you can. And I don't want to think that way. That's a horrible way for me to think because I pride myself on loving people by who they are, not their political background. But right now, in 2023, in October of 2023, I 100% admit that if you tell me you're a Democrat, I really am like, no, no. And I immediately equate that with uneducated, hateful, stupid, ugly people. But yet here I am judging being a hateful person. So I'm accusing of others of being hateful while I'm being hateful. And I don't like that. I don't like being a hypocrite. I don't want to be a hypocrite. If you tell me you align with being with socialism, I'm like, no, cannot get on board that train. Not going to board that train. Sorry. No. If you tell me that you're a Biden supporter, I'm immediately like, no, sorry. I am going to judge you. I'm judging you as we speak. I'm judging you all over the place. And that's crappy. I don't like that. I don't like that that's the person that I am now. My entire life, I have been someone that people come to and talk to. Strangers come up to me in a grocery store and tell me their life story. Why? Because I am a compassionate person. Because I do care. Because I will listen. Because I don't judge. My entire life, people have felt comfortable talking to me. Because I don't just say it, I genuinely care. But God, lately, I will judge you if you're a Biden supporter. I'm sorry. I'm going to question. I shouldn't say I judge you. I'm going to question you. I have some questions. I'll change it. I'm not going to judge you, but I am going to question you. I have a lot of questions. And I do want you to have answers. I don't want you to say crap like, well, I hate Trump. I don't like Trump. That has nothing whatsoever to do with why you like Biden. I'm so tired of that. Don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. That is the moral of the story. Don't be stupid. If you don't like something, have a reason. If you do like something, have a reason. Don't tell me it's because you don't like Biden. It's the same thing as saying, I hate Ford trucks. Hate Ford trucks. Hate them. I don't like Ford trucks. I don't like Ford. I'll tell you why. I've had 3 different Ford cars, and they're all pieces of shit that have broken down immediately. Ford, to me, in my opinion, every Ford I've ever had has been a piece of crap and has broken down on me immediately. So I personally don't like Ford. But if you constantly say, I love Ford, and I say, okay, why? What is it about Ford cars or trucks that you like? And you say to me, well, because it's not a Chevy. Okay, cool. But that doesn't really tell me why you like Fords. I'm asking you why you like Fords. Well, because I hate Chevys. Cool. That still does not tell me why you like Fords. Just like if you are, say, a Mormon. I have nothing against Mormons, by the way. In fact, every Mormon I've ever met has been nothing but kind and wonderful. So I have nothing against Mormons at all. I'm just using this as an example. Let's say a Mormon knocks on your door and says, hello, I'd like to tell you about our Lord and Savior. And they come to your door, to your home, and you say, I appreciate it, but I'm good. I'm a Christian, so thank you anyway. And then you say, have a nice day, and you shut the door. And then let's say they knock on the door again, and they're like, no, I really need to tell you about being a Mormon. And you're like, look, dude, appreciate it. I have nothing against you, but I'm Jewish or I'm Christian or whatever, or I'm an atheist. And then you say, but have a nice day. Now, kindly get off my porch. And then you shut the door and they knock again. And they're like, hey, I'm telling you about our Lord and Savior and being a Mormon, and you will listen. And you're like, dude, I said no. I feel that's what people are doing nowadays, as they just keep knocking on your door and knocking on your door, no matter how polite and kind you are, no matter how many times you tell them, I disagree with you, but hey, let's just move on and be friends. They're like, no, you will be Mormon. You will be a Mormon, and I will keep knocking and knocking and knocking and knocking, and I will not go away, no matter how polite and how respectful you are. I'm just going to keep kicking down your door until you agree with me. People spend too many times trying to get people to agree. Why are you trying to get people to disregard their own beliefs? You can talk about their beliefs, but why are you trying to spend so much time getting them to cross over to your side? Why can't you just have a mutual conversation about both sides? And then when you realize it's not going anywhere, move on. Talk about the weather. Talk about songs. Talk about anything else. Surely there are things we can come to that we can agree on. And if politics or religion isn't one of them, there's got to be a plethora of other things. And if not, then again, move on. Maybe you just can't be friends. And I pride myself on finding the good in people. I pride myself on being a kind, respectful person to everybody, even if I disagree. But man, lately, I am finding myself a bitter Betty. I am not very tolerant anymore. I am not very patient anymore. Because the hate and evil that is out there is a lot. It's a lot of hate and it's a lot of evil. And the amount of misinformation is so overwhelming, it's insane. People confuse their opinions with facts. Your opinion is not a fact. My opinion is not a fact. It's an opinion, and we need to move on. I don't know. I'm all over the place. I'm sad. I'm depressed. I'm angry. And then I'm trying really hard to focus on the good, to focus on what I have, to focus on just waking up every day and brushing my teeth and getting dressed. It seems to take a lot of effort just to do the basic things. No one seems happy anymore. Everyone seems angry and depressed. And I understand why. I understand why, because there's a lot of civil unrest. I don't know. I'm trying really hard to do positive, happy podcasts. But I said from the very, very beginning that this is kind of like my own journey, my own diary, and I'm just going to be honest on the mood that I'm in. And unfortunately, I haven't been in the greatest of moods lately, I guess. I really do try. I just saw my grandkids. I was dancing with them. I took them to the park. I had a great time. But people are just out of control. We're running amok, running around with like chickens with their heads cut off, just bumping into walls, running around. It's hilarious, sad, and infuriating all at the same time. But I am somebody that is always and will always be, I will never change, someone that does not care if people agree with me or not worried about what other people think except for my good friends and my family. I care about what my family and my good friends think, and that is it. Always have, and that'll always be the case. And I am not somebody that just follows blindly. I actually take the time to research and look into stuff. And I am a strong person that is not going to care at all if you call me names and you disagree with me. You can say whatever you want, and I'll just be like, wow, that's sad. I'm sad for you. I'm sad that you have nothing better to do than to put me down. Maybe you should look at yourself. If you have nothing better to do than to threaten me and put me down because you have a different opinion, then I just feel sad for you. But that doesn't make me shut up, and it doesn't make me care at all. I have always been somebody that is strong-willed. In fact, the more you tell me I cannot do something, the more I am going to do it. The more you tell me that I'm not capable, the more I will do it. The more you try to shut me up and censor me, the louder I will get. The more you mess with my family and friends, the bigger and tougher I will get. I am a strong person. Strong in mind, strong in body. Nobody will be able to take that away from me. I am not easily swayed. I do not get bullied. I will never get bullied. Bullying, it doesn't work on me. I don't know. I'm sitting out in the middle of the night on my back road, dark, and just needed a moment, you know? You ever go on a drive and just kind of sit and pull over and listen to some music or listen to a podcast or a book on tape or just listen to the silence or listen to the crickets and the frogs? I do it a lot. It's kind of my way of centering myself, you know? Don't forget to be you. Don't lose yourself in this insane world. Don't bend to other people. Don't lose yourself to other people. Never forget who you are and what you stand for. It's okay to be humble. You should be humble. You should research things. You should look into, you should research things. And you should be a humble person. And if you're wrong, admit you're wrong. But if you're right and you've researched things and you know your facts, don't back down. Do not back down to a bully. Do not back down to because you just feel bad. Don't feel bad for being who you are. I don't know. I've just not been that kind of person and never have been. I don't understand people that are so easily, I guess I've just never cared if people say that they hate me or they don't like me or they think I'm ugly. I'm like, okay, that's your problem. That's not my problem. It's not going to be my problem. That sounds like a you issue. But if one of my friends or my family members says, hey, you're kind of out of line right now, or hey, I don't really like what you said, you hurt my feelings, or hey, you're being rude, then I go, oh, really? Let me kind of look back. Let me see. Am I being rude? Am I being disrespectful? I don't intentionally try to be rude or disrespectful, ever. I consider myself a very kind, respectful, helpful person that would give people the shirt off my back. I really would. I like helping people. But I'm not going to help people that pretend they're oppressed and pretend they're a victim when they're just pieces of crap and lazy and act like they're a victim and act like they're oppressed, but not. I'm not into that. I'm not the person to go to if you want a pat on the back because you're being a martyr. Not that one. I'm someone that has always called people out on their bullshit, whether they're my friend or family member or not. If you ask me my opinion, I'm going to give you my opinion, not the sugar-coated version so that you can feel better about yourself. That's not me. Sorry. Don't come to me if you want coochie-coo, touchy-feely, for me to act like you're a perfect person. If I think that you're being a jerk, I'm going to tell you you're being a jerk. Probably not in a rude way. I'm not going to be mean about it. I don't know. My point is, I am all over the place. I am a hot mess. And the way the world is going right now isn't helping a whole lot, But I really, really miss my mom. And I really cannot move past the fact that our government has murdered so many people and has kept so many people from seeing their loved ones before they died and has kept people that are dying and made them die alone. That's unforgivable. And now here we are having people that are pro-Palestine. I already did a podcast on it, so I'm going to try not to dwell on it a lot. But if you are pro-beheading babies with garden hoses and raping women, you're a sadistic fuck. Just saying. You're a sadistic motherfucker. People should crack open a book and read. Although a lot of Americans are pretty illiterate because we're a pretty dumb country, and it shows. We're showing how stupid of a country we are. Because no one knows the history of Israel and Palestine, it seems. Because if you did know the actual facts about Palestine and Israel, you would not be pro-Palestine. But nobody cares about facts anymore. Facts? Nah. People just care about feelings. I'm feeling triggered. Oh, I'm feeling triggered. I don't care. So what? That's a you problem. That is a you issue. No one cares about you feeling triggered. I hate to tell you. No one fucking cares. Here's a tissue. Cry into it. Blow your nose. Put on your pants. Your big boy pants. Your big girl pants. There's only boy and girl, so I'm not going to say put on your non-binary pants. Put on your non-binary, whatever the hell people call themselves now. No. Put on your big boy or big girl pants and get over it. No one cares. You are not the center of the universe. The only people that care about your problems are you. You need to solve your problems. You need to figure out a solution. You need to get yourself together. If you cannot get yourself together, nobody else is going to be able to. You need to go to counseling or get on medication or stop drinking or maybe start drinking. I don't know. But get your shit together and don't expect other people to bend over backwards to make you feel better. Or don't expect other people to pay your bills and pay everything for you and do everything for you. It is not other people's responsibility to take care of you unless you are a minor. If you're a minor, okay. But if you're a grown-ass adult, then be a grown-ass adult. It's okay to go to a counselor. It's okay to have support. It's okay to ask for help. Sure. Ask for help if you need help. Get support if you need support. Cry into someone else's arms if you need to. Get a hug if you need to. But then once you've done that, find your inner, lion and figure out a solution. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to cry. It's okay to have your moments of depression. It's okay to have your times when you need help and support from others and you reach out to others. But you don't need to make it everybody else's problem in the world and have everybody sink down to your level because you're miserable. The misery loves company thing, that's not the way to live. I am depressed right now, but I'm not living in my depression. I still get up every day and I still go to work and I still try my best to be a good, kind human that does help others. There's no shame in needing help. There's no shame in asking for help and getting help. But there is shame in being supported and living off others and mooching off others all the time and having hardworking people pay for your shit because you just refuse to get a job. Anyway, to everybody out there that has lost a loved one because of supposed COVID and all the policies, I am so sorry. That should have never happened. I know it's not just America that had ridiculous COVID policies. Many countries. Many countries. And I was told I was a conspiracy theorist. And now we all know, nope. I, along with many others, were correct. Not a conspiracy theory. And I'm pissed. My mom should have never died. And there are so many out there that have a reason to be angry. So those things are keeping me up. I miss my mom more than I can even express. And she died needlessly, and I feel guilt. I feel so much guilt. I can't get past this. So here's another night of being awake and wishing I can turn back the time and do a lot of things different, you know? Don't we all? Time. God. There's a thing people don't stress, and actually people do stress. People always say, don't be in a hurry to grow up. Don't be in a hurry to grow up. And you don't listen to them. Take time with your family while you can, because they're not going to be around forever, and you don't listen to them. And then you're like, holy fuck, they were right. Time is not something you always have, and family is not something you always have. Lesson learned the hard way, you know? Anyway, those are the things keeping me up. And yeah, I'm trying to move on. I'm trying very, very hard to move on. My heart goes out to everybody out there that has had to deal with the same thing. My heart goes out to people that are dealing with depression right now, that are feeling suicidal, that are feeling lost, that are feeling lonely, that are feeling sad and anxious. God, that's just, no one should be feeling that way. It's one thing to feel that way sometimes. It's normal. But if you're consumed by those things, if you're consumed by anxiety, consumed by sadness, consumed by thoughts of suicide, I'm so sorry. I hope that you have someone you can talk to. I hope you have support. I hope you have a counselor or family or friends that you can get help or talk to or support from, encouragement from. If I were there, I would give you a hug. I would listen. I would listen to you if I could, because I've been there. I am there. I know what it's like. And I don't want other people to experience what I'm feeling. And there are people experiencing the same thing and worse. And I hate that. I hate knowing that there are people suffering. So my heart goes out to those that are suffering. My heart goes out to those that feel that maybe they don't want to be around anymore. Please, please know that you are worth it. You are worthy. Please know that you can get help. Please try to get help and support. For what it's worth, I genuinely understand and I care. And I wish that I could talk to each and every one of you if you're feeling that way. Until next time, thank you so much for listening. I appreciate you all. I'm sending out hugs, love, prayers, and good vibes. Thank you for tuning in again to the Ramblings of an Insomniac. Until next time.